Welcome to the Nailsin Ratings, and we're into the second episode of the new Doctor Who series. This episode is called The Ghost Monument, and God, it was bad. This was worse than the first one. Basically, they walk around a desert, and in the end, the Doctor finds the TARDIS and they leave. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole show. You get the opening sequence. The music for it is interesting because I never really had that much of a problem with the music from the previous series, but it kind of overstayed its welcome, and it was sometimes a little overkill. This one's a bit more reserved for the new guy, and I'm not crazy about the song, but the way he does it seems to harken back to the original more than some of the others. I still like the version that Tennant had better than the later ones. Musically, the opening, I don't know, was alright, I guess. The worst one was the one they saddled Peter Capaldi with. Jeez. This one, it's weird and everything, but it's kind of supposed to be. And it seems like it was trying to get it back to sounding like something alien, I guess was the idea. But anyway, so there's that. The rest of it, there was just no life in this story at all. And they're in this race and everything and all that. And competition's bad. And she lectures one of them about guns for no apparent reason. It didn't make a whole lot of sense other than, I don't like guns. And because you know what will happen if you use a gun? The guy you shot will come back to life and shoot at you because your gun won't work. So you had that one. Then the Doctor magically saves the day with an electromagnetic pulse. That's nice. Could have used that several times over against the Cybermen and Daleks and stuff. In fact, when that comes along, boy, have you painted your Doctor into a corner, huh? Because for some reason it's not going to work then, right? The Doctor lectures one of the other characters because he's a miserable bastard because his whole life's been pretty miserable. And about, at least she cares about people, and this planet used to have a population. What happened to them, and all that sort of thing. Whether you knew or not, they're still just as dead, and it's not really up to this guy to do anything about it because he couldn't, even if he did know what had happened to him. Well, turns out they were a bunch of people, scientists that were abducted and forced to develop horrible weapons on that planet, and they encounter all that while there. And apparently this harkens back to the species that the evil tooth fairy from the previous episode came from. So, sadly, apparently we're not done with that. So I guess that guy or another one of him will show up. Oh boy, not interested in evil tooth fairy. But, so after all that, and it just wasn't any good. Oh yeah, and what's his name? The guy who has some sort of, an equilibrium disorder? Boy, he sure handled himself pretty good when he was shooting those robots. How'd he manage that? It was awful. If the series continues like this thing is dead on arrival. And there was no life in it. There was nothing there. There was nothing of interest. This was just terrible. They finally get to the TARDIS. Oh, and by the way, I'm assuming you've seen the episode. The Ghost Monument is the prize that these people are racing for. And can you guess what it is? Yes, of course, it's the TARDIS. And she finds it. And they get it back, and the TARDIS has rebooted itself just like it did previously. And you get a new TARDIS control room, and it's pretty crappy. It's pretty bad. I haven't liked any of the control rooms of the new series. The most interesting looking one was briefly the one you saw in the anniversary special with the War Doctor's TARDIS, because it harkens back to the original. So you think, hey, maybe make some effort in that. No. And then they do overkill all the time with the control mechanisms, and now the TARDIS gives the Doctor a snack or some such. Whatever. So they're off, and maybe the third episode will be an actual Doctor Who episode. I don't know. We'll see. But this pretty much had absolutely nothing. Oh, there was some tease where the creatures that were developed by these tortured scientists to make into weapons or whatever, which apparently were a bunch of pieces of cloth that were deadly, could read the Doctor's mind and could see secrets even the Doctor doesn't know. So refers to the abandoned child or some such nonsense. And oh boy, is that Chibnall going to rewrite the history of Doctor Who to leave his mark on it. Possibly. I mean, they could explore interesting things, but I just don't think this team has it. The only thing I can think of is they'll say, well, the Doctor was originally a woman. The idea that Hartnell was the first Doctor, he'll just erase that, even though it's clearly established in the last episode of Capaldi's run. But so what? Moffat didn't recognize continuity. Why should Chibnall? So even from this would be like the third episode or the second episode since consecutively from the last one of Capaldi. But already everything can be changed completely, and continuity be damned. The reason for this, I think, is even though you've got the Doctor is a woman now, and you think that would be enough, but then when that's all you got, that's all you're bringing to the table, and it clearly shows it's only 2 episodes in, but there's just no life or creativity here, nothing of interest in these stories. When all you've got is your messages and your lectures, what do you do when you've already done it? You know, well, the Doctor's a woman now. Now let's go to the next adventure. Well, guess what? The Doctor's a woman now. I know. Well, let's rewrite the Doctor's history to where the Doctor was always meant to be a woman. Something along those lines. Wouldn't put it past them to pull a stunt like that. Because what else are you going to do when all you've brought to the table is the Doctor's a woman now? And that's it. Then again, it could just be another idiot tease that never gets resolved. There's always that. Anyway, Ghost Monument, awful, gets no stars. You need to do better than that. You've got 8 more episodes. We'll see. I'll try again for episode 3, but if it's another one like this, I don't know. It's a shame because clearly I really loved Doctor Who, but it's been spiraling down the toilet bowl for quite a few years now. So, we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching and listening. Do check out the link descriptions below for my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you. And hey, why not like and subscribe? And I'll see you again. Bye-bye.